Let me preface this video by saying this. I do not like Monique Hart, but I also don't dislike her. She's very okay to me, and minus her zesty attitude and overall beauty, I don't care for her. Why am I telling you this? So that there aren't people in the comments being like, oh my god, you're so biased. Cause trust me, and as I have already said, I don't care for her. But let me come to Monique's defense a bit first. It was very clear that she changed her Snatch game choice from Cookie to Maxine Waters just because Bianca Del Rio said, oh, don't do Cookie because I don't watch Empire. Is that Bianca's voice? I don't know. Which is one of the dumbest things ever said on Drag Race, and that says something. Now, they would not have allowed Monique to do Cookie either way. The character of Cookie doesn't belong to Logo or Wow Presents or VH1 or whatever. So Monique couldn't do her regardless. And maybe this was the producer's way to, through Bianca, tell Monique she can't do it. However, Monique could have just gone with being Taraji, but actually just playing Taraji as Cookie, a la Bob the Drag Queen doing Uzo Aduba, but actually just doing Crazy Eyes, and she would have been fine. However, again, Monique should have known that she couldn't do copyrighted characters. Well, Monique Hart, have you ever watched the show? So, it was very bad planning on her part. And then she could have avoided being eliminated if she just listened to Cut to the Feeling over and over again while making her costume. Her elimination was just, and it was her fault, from the beginning to the end. But let's assume that Monique had known better and was just like, alright, cool, I don't care that you don't watch Empire, I'm gonna do Taraji P. Henson and save my ass. In that case, she would have done well in Snatch Game. I think overall she would have placed 4th-ish, right after Aquaria, Moray, and Eureka, and I also think that her runway look would have resulted in her placing safe at best and low at worst. With this in mind, we would have had the Vixen and Asia in the bottom 2, and here's something interesting. Asia had that weird mask thingy on her face, and she had to have taken it off in order to lip sync. But since we don't know if she had done her makeup underneath the mask, minus the makeup around her eyes plus the black on lip area, a couple of things could have happened. First, she takes her mask off during the lip sync, the judges see that she isn't wearing any makeup, in the sense that her face isn't beat, and they're like, that's not gonna cut it, the mask was a cop-out, bye-bye. Just a side note, since Asia was never asked to remove her mask, I don't think that there was ever a second where the producers wanted her in the bottom 2. They definitely wanted to get rid of the Vixen, maybe even Monique, but definitely the Vixen, because she was unapologetically exposing the producers and the judges for favoring Eureka. Second thing that could have happened is that she doesn't take her mask off because she knows that she will get shit for not having an actual full face of makeup on, and then is eliminated Valentina style. Third possibility is that she is allowed in the Untucked to put some makeup on and go out onto the main stage without the mask, but this is highly unlikely given that they never allow this stuff, unless it's All Stars, except also that one time on season 10 when Dusty's outfit was literally cutting into her skin, so she was allowed to change, but that was an extremity. Out of these 3 things, and us knowing how bad at planning Asia is, in both first and second scenario, she's sadly eliminated, which is what I think would have happened. And who knows, maybe the judges would have allowed her to lip sync with little makeup on, or that she would have been allowed to do a full face in Untucked, but that would be unfair. And the season already has someone they were pushing towards the finale, so yes, we're moving on to episode 8 without Asia, but with Monique. So episode 8 is the Cher musical episode, and since it was quite obvious that the queens already knew which Cher they were doing beforehand, or they got their costumes there, which, if that's the thing, they were extremely shady towards, well, Asia, Monet, and the Vixen. I'm not implying anything if that's the case, but you know. Anyways, since we don't know which Cher Monique would have been assigned, we have to give her Asia's role of movie star Cher. If Monique didn't have the time to learn the words to Cut to the Feeling, I'm pretty sure she wouldn't have had the time to learn the lyrics to her part of the song, the choreography, to create the outfit that she had to wear for that section, which really was just like a big coat, and then create a look for the glitterific runway. She definitely would have been in the bottom 2 with the Vixen. With everything that I've just said in mind, I don't think that she'd be able to learn the words to Groove is in the Heart, though even if she had already known the song, I don't think that she would have been able to outperform the Vixen. Firstly, and this is my opinion, this was the Vixen's best out of her 3 bottom 2 performances, but also Monique was just so exhausted. I feel like she'd be eliminated, but also this would have endeared her to the viewers even more. Episode 9 is when season 10 of Drag Race became absolutely awful. Breast World was absolutely awful. Since the Vixen is here now instead of Asia, we can't really guess how she'd do in the mini challenge, which I literally don't remember what it was about, except that it made me really uncomfortable, cause, and this is just me, but the concept of the pit crew and in general having people do things only to be gawked at is very weird to me, and sometimes Drag Race plays up this kind of weird borderline predatory thing with them and it never sits well with me. But anyways, Aquaria, as the mini challenge winner, who also got to assign the roles, wanted the queens all to say which part they liked the most, and to be honest, I think that the Vixen would have wanted an essential part, maybe Cameron's or Asia's, so that she could rise to the top. Either way, I don't think that she would, cause whenever she had to act, memorize lines, or do anything similar, she didn't do well. And I don't see how being in the bottom 2 3 times would help her mood. I think that she'd be in the bottom 2, and I also think, for storyline reasons, but also for you looked fucking awful on the runway and weren't funny at all in the challenge reasons, Eureka would have been there with her. And let's be real, no matter how much better the Vixen would have done in this lip sync, she wouldn't have been allowed to stay because, you know, this one. And that's all I'm gonna say. You're smart, you'll figure it out, I love you. I also think that the main challenge winner would be Monet. They wouldn't have given Aquaria the win, they were still pushing for, you know, the thing to win the entire season, and with Aquaria having 3 and then 4 wins, she'd be the obvious winner, though for most people she already was. This means that we have the top 5 of Aquaria, Dis, Cameron, Cracker, and Monet. They would have had to do the makeover challenge here because every season has to have one. They could have gone with the makeover challenge's task to be make the YouTuber that you're paired up with into your evil twin, but that requires good writing on the producer's part. This also means that we thankfully don't get the actual Evil Twins episode. Cracker wins this, Cameron and Monet are the bottom 2, Monet is sadly eliminated, and we have the top 4 of Aquaria, Rachel Dolezal, Cameron, and Cracker. Now, another possibility here was that they would have had Cameron and Monet lip sync be a double shantay, but we all know why they did a double shantay in season 10. So, the top 4 episode we're skipping because nothing happens. But we are going forward into the finale. Track record wise, in this scenario that I have created, this is how the top 4 would have been ranked. Aquaria, Dis, Cracker, Cameron. Let's look at all the possibilities of the lip syncs, but bear in mind, the Queen of Melanin is in the final lip sync regardless of how she does or who she's paired up with, and we all know why. So only when it lip syncs against Aquaria, the result is a double shantay. The song choice does not matter. Here's how each of the 3 possible combinations would end up. And yes, Cracker beats Cameron, but only because we know Cracker would have created some good-ass stunts, and Cameron only beat Asia originally because Asia decided to kill some animals on stage. Animal sacrifices are done before events, not during them, if you want them to work, of course, or so I've heard. And also, Cameron really seemed out of it during the finale, and someone told me that it was because Cameron didn't want to win because she knew she would get hate for it. So, as you can see, Aquaria wins every single time, and it's what she deserves. If anything in this video made you mad, just remember, facts are facts, America. Though, not America, USA. America means North, Central, and South America. Native Americans are actual Americans. You are just people who came to the continents, willingly or otherwise. And to be even more annoying, you're not an American. You're a citizen of the United States. So sit the fuck down and show the actual American peoples some respect. Okay? Love you. Bye.